Yeah, y'all see my new plant back there? I gotta find a new pot for her so we can get her together. They said she a house plant. We gonna see how she do. I'm gonna let y'all know. Ain't that right? But yeah, so I want to tell you about MySpace. So back in a real in 2003, little old Tom came up with the idea that he wanted to create a platform that allowed billions of people in the world communicate with one another. And he did it so creatively where he allowed you to create a profile that was able to have like color graphics, like the whole like layouts, backgrounds. It allowed you to have so much animation and personality. Okay, and this platform is my bread and butter. Okay, like anytime I have a conversation with anyone tech related, the first thing I bring up is MySpace. And I do that because MySpace was right here under our noses with the skill set that we needed, and we just poof let it go for nearly $35 million in 2011. But yeah, so this is something that has been on my mind, and I just, I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do a video about it, because I feel like once I do this video about it, it will get off of my chest. Okay, so I've always been so fascinated with how a person could gain so much power and influence over a group of people, individuals. Like, how could what's so special about you that makes a person change their mind or sway their thoughts in a way that's like yours, right? This curiosity led me to the conversation of influencer culture and how it has swept the world by storm. Okay, and when I say by storm, I mean a tornado flew around my room. You get what I'm saying? That kind of storm. Now everywhere you turn around, somebody wants to be a brand ambassador. Someone wants to promote their brand or someone else's because of the perks, because of the clout, because of the conversation that comes up around you being associated with, once again, your own brand or someone else's, right? But do we ever stop to think about where all of this began? Like, I mean, the holy grail of starting this thing. Let's talk about little old MySpace. Just think about it. MySpace started this whole wave of influence culture. You had your top 8 pictures, your top 8 friends. It was a whole thing to be in somebody's top 8. You had stamped pictures, which led to you being owned by someone, or you know what I'm saying, or you gave yourself a new ID, a new identity. Like, MySpace started all of that. It's so interesting. Even like, it even goes so far. Y'all remember the stamped pictures, like during the whole emo phase, like all the weird ass poses, like you know what I'm saying, the mirror pics, all of that shit started from MySpace. And little did we know, back then we were stamping ourselves, we were branding ourselves, we were showing people that we rock with this person. And that's basically what influencing is, showing someone else that you rock with this person in a way that only you can. You feel what I'm saying? MySpace influenced a whole emotional period within our lives, and it's so crazy because that whole emo phase was crazy. It even trickled down into the kind of music and art that we expose ourselves to. Like, everyone very much so right now is in a present state of that emotional culture. It just don't look the same. Back then we was wearing some of everything. You either had your all black wearing clothing wearing, or you had your hella colorful ass outfits with hella beads. Just, I wish I could find some of my old MySpace pictures. If I can, I'll post them up in here. But yeah, having all of that kind of shit, like, y'all don't understand how much it has trickled down into the music, and like I mentioned, that we see ourselves and hear for ourselves today. So just speaking from, I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want to talk about, like, speaking from someone who is now full circle in the tech industry. I'm gonna just tell y'all something. My experience with MySpace is totally different. I swear to you. Like, I used to could not wait to get home so I could, upload or change or edit my profile, my layouts. You know what I'm saying? I used to have the trickling down words and like all of this cool stuff, like using different marquees on the page and stuff like that. All of this cool stuff. But back then I did not know that I was in a space of being a coder, like with website and design. That's so crazy to me now because I'm in a different part of tech. Like, I'm in the sales aspect of tech, and that is cool and everything, but I want to tap back into that side. Like, how do I develop and grow that side? So I'm gonna be working on that for myself. I'll keep y'all updated on that task. But yeah, my whole experience with being in the tech industry is different now, but back then, like, I did not know I was doing that. Like, I'm sure the route would have been something different had I stuck or knew what the hell I was doing back in the era of MySpace. Okay, just bringing the topic back around of the kind of things that we expose ourselves to. If we're being honest, MySpace is the whole reason for the dopamine rush that we experience and that we have been looking for throughout all of these different apps and through these different platforms. Facebook currently is doing a great job at that. Like, every time they turn around, they notifying you that something and someone is, interacting with your page. Well, MySpace started that in the beginning. Like, you had new friend requests, you had new comments, you had new blog posts. Like, this was back in the day when people were blogging. There were real deal forums and spaces for you to be able to express your thoughts and have group conversation and group collective conversation. As far as now, Facebook allows those comments to be just there instantly. In MySpace, you had to like go through some shit. You have to go through a profile and then enter into their chat room. And I feel like that's the way that technology is headed. So that leads me to why we're having this conversation. I feel like MySpace influenced the tech culture and our just culture in general. And it goes so deep as to having your own platform. MySpace made it possible for you to have your own platform that has different compartments where people can go in and interact with you, see your pictures, see your friends, see your blogs, see what kind of music you like to listen to, what kind of playlists you got going on. And it's so interesting because you can do that now on Facebook, but I want to ask you a question about what happens if all of these platforms were to shut down. Comment below and let me know what you would do if your platform was shut down and you had all of this intellectual property or digital that's already digital, but you know what I'm saying? But you just need somewhere to house it. Creating your own platform and your own website to make sure you have all of everything that belongs to you, whether that's your photos from, workshops with people, whether that's your own stock photos, that's your blog posting, that's your that's your copywriting, that's like your portfolio. So I think it's important to have that as a person, as a brand, just as someone functioning in this world, because you gotta have a house for all of that stuff to be stored in. But yeah, so that's this conversation, and that's how I feel about MySpace and how it has started the influencer culture, and why it's important for us all to be the influencers of the generation coming after us. It is your job to leave some information for somebody else to pick up and learn from, and that comes through your own platforms, like getting your own thought process, your theories, and your own think pieces. Get that shit developed, turn that shit into something, turn it into profit. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's the stamp, that's the thing that's gonna make sense. So yeah, if you like what you heard today, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. The Sunshine Band is in, and I'm so thankful for y'all, right?